All right, welcome to the One West Montreal Squadron year-end virtual parade. I am Warrant Officer Sign Class Gong, and I will be the Master of Ceremonies for today's event. Today's virtual parade will include promotions for deserving cadets in recognition of their hard work and dedication during the past training year. We are honored to have three special guests online with us today. Lieutenant Colonel John Schoen, Commanding Officer of the Royal Montreal Regiment and Commanding Officer of the Local Response Force West, which is part of Operation Laser, the Canadian Armed Forces response to the current worldwide pandemic situation. Lieutenant Colonel Schoen is joined by Honorary Colonel Colin Robinson, Honorary Colonel of the Royal Montreal Regiment, and Comrade Sharon Bauer, President of the NDG Legion Branch 24106. In addition to the awards and presentation, we will have some interactive activities led by Warrant Officer in Class Grace Natalie Calvapina and some of the other senior cadets. The photo slides of activities from last year have been prepared by Warrant Officer in Class Stephen Donato, our unofficial squadron photographer and videographer. In order to use some of the interactive features of the Zoom platform, we are using the webinar function. In the webinar setup, only the Zoom panelist cameras are displayed. To see all of the panelists at once, you can select Gallery View in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. I would now like to invite Major Thomas Leslie, Commanding Officer of One West Montreal Squadron, to address the squadron.
All right, thank you, Warrant Officer, and thank you all so much for being here today. It's too bad that with the webinar feature, I can't see all of your screens, because I was really looking forward to seeing all of you, seeing your faces, and seeing how much your uniforms have shrunk over the last 3 months, because I'm sure that lots of you will need to exchange your pants and your tunics when we get back in September. You can see Captain Luo is on duty today, so she's in her medical scrubs. So thank you so much for squeezing in a little bit of time to be with us. I can't imagine how stressful, exhilarating, and challenging these times have been for you and your colleagues in the healthcare system. We've got lots and lots of things to do today, so I'm not going to really talk for too long. I just want to reassure you that we're thinking of you all the time. As I said to Colonel Schoen and Colonel Robinson a week or two ago, I don't think I've spent so little time in the RMR in years as has been the case in the past few months. You sort of realize how much how energizing it is to be around such dynamic young cadets, and we certainly miss seeing you on week to week. Thank you to everyone who's been working hard keeping our virtual events going. CICASO in particular has been very busy on that front, and Warrant Officer Gong and Sergeant Friedman too. I hope I haven't had time to look at the participant list. I see we've got 80 people on the line here, and we're also streaming live on our Facebook page. So it's good to see all of you. And as you can see, primarily the panelists are the members of the staff, and so you can see that we've got a large and dynamic and vibrant staff, and also some of the warrant officers who will be helping to run certain portions of today's parade. As we've been saying in our newsletters, we're not entirely sure how some of the summer training activities will evolve this summer. Some of our officers and staff cadets who will speak, will announce later, will be working on developing interactive ways to stay connected with you all over the summer. And as soon as we have more details for that, we will let you know. Right now, all in-person activities are still canceled until the end of August. Hopefully, I'm hoping very much that by September we'll be able to meet again. It probably won't be completely normal, back to the way things used to be. I'm sure there will still be some degrees of social distancing, heightened hygiene procedures, and many other things that will keep you safe, but allow you to have outlets for your energy, help you develop your skills, your leadership. So bear with us. We're a big squadron, and so that will pose a bit of challenges when we're looking at how we can accommodate all of you at once, or maybe we'll have to look at splitting things up in some sort of a rotational basis. But as soon as we have more information on that, I'll be communicating that. And as you saw in the pictures that we presented just a few minutes ago, even though our year this year was curtailed, we did manage to do quite a number of fun and interesting activities. In particular, I'm very pleased that we managed to sneak in our March break trip in early March, just before the pandemic was declared, and so I hope all of you who went on that trip enjoyed themselves. And I know it was one of the last outings that I had recently, so good memories for you all. And I think that's all that I need to say right now. Keep working hard. I'm sure that the last couple of months have been challenging for those of you who've been having to switch all of your training, all of your school studies to online training, doing virtual exams and stuff. So now that hopefully your summer is upon you, find ways to keep active, to keep helping your parents out as much as you can, whatever they're doing, if they're working, if they're not working. Remember that you're all cadets. You all know what it's like to be a good leader, and you all, even if you're in your first year in level 1, by now you know what it takes to be a good follower. So be a good follower in your community, in your family, and in your life, and find personal projects to work on. At the start of the pandemic, I needed to lose 10 pounds, and I've managed to lose 10 pounds. I had piles and piles of backlogged admin work that I've managed to get through. So those are the sort of things that I've been able to look after and make use of this time as best you can. I'm sure some days are easier than others, but keep your chins up. Remember that as members of 1 West Montreal Squadron, you're second to none. And so be the excellence that you are in the unit, at home, and wherever you may end up over the course of the summer months. All right, so thank you. That's all from me for now.
Thank you, sir. I would now like to invite Warrant Officer Second Class Grace Natalie Calvapina to lead our first interactive activity.
Hello everyone, I'm Warrant Officer Second Class Grace Natalie Calvapina, and we're going to be doing an interactive poll. So you're going to see questions appear on your screen. You're going to have a couple of minutes to answer all the questions, and then after I'll be giving the answers.
Just 1 second here. Just need to switch. And I'm going to play a little bit of background music to help inspire you with come up with your answers.
We don't really hear the music well.
No, it's it'll come in a second. I had to reload the player. Just give me 1 second here. Apologies to the panelists. I forgot to click the button to let you vote. But for the next one, I'll make sure that you can vote.
I was pretty sure I was going to clean up on this one.
I think we've been done with
Well, we've only got 13 of the 64 who have responded. So maybe we'll give it another 30 seconds. So if you get your way through the questions, then we'll show you the results. Okay, so 15 more seconds. If you can just get your votes in. Here we go. Now it's starting to go up. I think people are going to learn some things today. There's not a lot of consensus for everything at the moment. All right, so now let me. And
Okay, so I'm gonna start giving the answers for the questions. So the first question was, what is the date of creation of 1-1's Montreal Squadron? So the right answer was September 24th, 1941. Just to give more information, we are the first Canadian squadron, Air Cadet Squadron. The second question was, what are the 3 goals of the Air Cadet program? So the right answer was to develop strong leaders and good citizens, promote physical fitness and a healthy lifestyle, and stimulate the interest in aviation. For question number 3, what is the motto of the Royal Air Cadets? It was to learn, to serve, to advance. For question 4, what is the name of Canada's first astronaut that went to space? It was Marc Garneau. Number 5, what is the address of the Royal Montreal Regiment? This one was a little hard. The right answer is, oops, there you go. You can see the answers now. So the right answer is 4625 Sainte Catherine Street in Westmount, Quebec, Canada. For number 6, which of the following is not one of the 4 forces of flight? It's the cord. Cross-country skiing and rifle shooting make up which Winter Olympic sport? It's biathlon. Number 8, Michelangelo's statue of David can be found in what city? It's Florence. Number 9, which World War II battle is commemorated on the 3rd Sunday in September? It's the Battle of Britain. And number 10, what is the regimental march of the Royal Montreal Regiment? It is Ça ira. So that was the first part of the poll, and we'll come back afterwards and have a second part.
Just a little note about Ça ira, just a fun fact from the RMR Foundation website, association website. And so you can see the sort of gist of the words to that march could sort of have been a precursor and are quite fitting to our Montreal slogan motto at the moment, Ça va bien aller. So the next time somebody asks you what the march is for the RMR, you'll know the answer. Ça ira.
Awesome. Thank you, Warrant Officer St. Class Kapapina, and thank you, Major Leslie, for that insightful comment. We will now proceed to the first portion of our cadet promotions. I would like to invite Officer Cadet Encarnacion to announce the promotions to leading air cadets.
Now, a disclaimer for this, I didn't have a chance to double check the order of the photos. So there's a slight chance that names will get read out in not quite the right same order as that they'll appear on the screen, but hopefully everybody's name gets called.
I'll try my best to nominate everybody in order. So for first, letter A, it's gonna be Austria Cornwall. Then it's gonna be Austria Crystal Charm. Then it's gonna be Bay Sagnol. Then it's gonna be Beyond Kevin, Champagne Alisa, Choi Min, Chowdhury Rayeda Mobas, El Saka Karim, Fioring Eric, Hu Jiangshang, Huang Xiu, Jackson Braden Lewis, Jeong Ye Jung, Jia Simon, Kong Matthew, Lazos Theodore Felix, Liang Ziki, Liu Jingjung, Nungandu Momase Daniel, Nungandu Chisikiku Jonathan, Ning Long, Orejuela Liu Daniel, Ramos Vargas Julio Cesar, Ryder Cedric Andre, Saidim Kizi Albina, Shin Hyung Seong, Solo Emmanuel, Su Elodie Soulel, Taiba Canis Ocean, Thibaut Taye Emmanuel, Teirera Kaku Luis, and Wang Robert. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. I would now like to invite Officer Cadet Damil Sevon to announce the promotions to Corporal.
Is Officer Cadet Temiz Levin here? No. All right.
He
So
is here.
Is he here?
You have to
Sorry,
unmute you.
sorry, I had my mute on. I apologize. Good afternoon to everyone. This is Officer Cadet Tamal Salvan. I will now be reading the names of the cadets that are being promoted from LAC to Corporal. So it's Baron Yuri, Billis Jeremy, Diazenza Janice Wendy, Gilbert Felipe, Ho Chin San and Sophie, Jung Minji, Kim Hani, Kim Jaejung, Kim Sojun Alex, Lee Derek, Liu Kevin, Luo Jerry, May Oscar, Muzavi Sayed Matin, Nako Veja Vemila, Ni Zeho, Nunes Diego John, Nwako Chilkadilu Philip, Utek George, Park Jamin, Park Jaehoin, Pham Jiabao, Ramos Elliott, Razane William, Richard Marshall Antoine, Rosal Lily Myla, Shin Ensol, Shin Sejun, Shu James, Turner Maxim, Venema Beatrice, Yoon Siwon, Yu Hejoy, Zhang Victor, Zhao Kyujinki.
All right, congratulations to everyone. Now I would like to invite Officer Cadet Carlesimo to announce the promotions to Flight Corporal.
I think you're still on mute.
Promoted to the rank of Flight Corporal are Flight Corporal Abid Hassan Shedi, Al Mamoun Drood, Aushishe Amira, Chen An, Chowdhury Rafida Gatso Yeva, Han Yu, Jong Ji Hyun, Jong So Hyun, Kong Nicholas, Yang Chi Pak, Liu Evelyn, May Gracie, Niu Dun, Sharistani Sayed Ali Al, Shin Drake, Vishnivska Marina, Wu Alex, Su Alexander, Su Shumin, Zong Ziyi.
Thank you, sir. I would now like to invite CI Patak to provide a description for our first award presentation.
Thank you. The Royal Canadian Legion Cadet Medal of Excellence is awarded annually to the cadet having shown a high degree of participation and leadership in the area of citizenship and in meeting and enhancing the aims and objectives of the cadet organization. I would like to invite Comrade Sharon Bauer, President of NDG Branch 24106, to present the Royal Canadian Legion Cadet Medal of Excellence.
Good afternoon. It is my pleasure to join Honorary Colonel Colin Robinson, member of the Royal Montreal Regiment Legion Branch, in presenting to you the Royal Canadian Legion Cadet Medal of Excellence. I know firsthand that this is very well deserved. Your achievement today will follow you throughout your career, wherever that may take you. And know that what brought you here today is a positive legacy for future generations. Congratulations from your Legion comrades, Flight Sergeant Chan.
Thank you, ma'am. Congratulations to Flight Sergeant Chan. We will now proceed to the second portion of our cadet promotions. I would like to invite Captain Luo to announce the promotions to Sergeant.
Thank you very much, and I hope you guys are all doing well. So promoting to the rank of Surgeon, we have Sergeant Bolotsky, Sergeant Champagne, Sergeant Chen Andrew, Sergeant Comis Angelos, Sergeant Delipe, Sergeant El Tom, Sergeant Hemor, Sergeant Hu, Sergeant Jing Zeikai, Sergeant Calavucinos, Sergeant Lee, Sergeant Luo N. Alexander, Sergeant Luo Shanbin, Sergeant Morales, Sergeant Najoli Dan, Sergeant Nepomosimo, Sergeant Park, Sergeant Pedrick, Sergeant Tang, Sergeant Venema, and Sergeant Zong. Congratulations.
Thank you, ma'am. I would now like to invite Captain Woods to announce the promotions to Flight Sergeant.
Hello, everyone. So promoted to the rank of Flight Sergeant, we have Flight Sergeant Ayento, Flight Sergeant Bergano, Flight Sergeant Halavi Yardenia, and Flight Sergeant Halavi Joshua.
Thank you, sir. I would now like to invite Captain Main to announce the promotions to Warrant Officer Second Class.
Thank you very much. I would like to congratulate the following Warrant Officer Second Class: Warrant Officer Second Class Tamale Enoch, Warrant Officer Second Class Catherine Wang, and Warrant Officer Second Class Yang Sherry. Congratulations.
Congratulations to all Warrant Officers and classes. I'm happy to work with you guys next year. Now, finally, Major Leslie will announce the promotion to Warrant Officer First Class.
All right. It gives me a great pleasure to promote our new cadet commander, Warrant Officer First Class, Stephen Gong.
Wow, thank you, sir. Thank you so much for that. Now, Warrant Officer Second Class, Calvapina, will lead our second interactive activity session.
So we're going to continue with the poll. It's going to appear on your screen again. You're going to have some time again to reply to the poll, and I'll give you the answers right away after.
All right, let me just get back to the polling. And this time, I will make sure that the
Not to brag there, Major Leslie, but I got 10 for 10 last time, so
Perfect.
I'm really hoping I can count this.
Yeah,
I want
now
to help bring everyone's scores up or down.
allow panelists to vote. I managed to click it, so yeah. For not being the best techno guy, hopefully this will work now. Here we go, and I will, if all goes well, send up a little bit more music for us too. So maybe another 10, 15 seconds to get your votes in.
Okay, so I will now continue to give the answers. So for the first question this time, how many Air Cadet squadrons are there across Canada? So there are 454 Air Cadet squadrons in the country. Then a true or false? The Air Cadet flag has the Canadian flag on it. It actually does have the flag. If you have seen the Air Cadet flag, it's a blue flag, and on the side, it has the Air Cadet flag, the Canadian flag, sorry. So third question, yes or no? Your uniform must be ironed and prepared every week. So we, all seniors and all officers, wish you to have your uniforms done every week. So that would be great. Our squadron motto is, so the squadron motto is second to none. So usually we say it at the end of a parade. Fifth question, true or false? Can we see a lion and a horse on the Royal Coat of Arms of Canada? So if you have seen the coat of arms, it does not have a horse, it's actually a unicorn you'll see. When walking as a cadet on the parade square, you must, so this is a multiple choice, should you walk, march, run, or salute? Actually, you are supposed to march on the parade square.
And also salute officers if you're wearing a uniform.
What is the name of aircrafts flown by cadets during the glider pilot scholarship? So we fly Schweizers 233. Question 8. Where is the headquarters of the International Civil Aviation Organization? You may know it as ICAO or OACI in French. There's actually a metro station in Montreal called like that, and therefore the headquarters are in Montreal. True or false? The Minister of National Defense of Canada is Harjit Sajjan. That is true. That is correct. Yes or no? 1 West Montreal Squadron is the first Royal Canadian Air Cadet Squadron created. So if you paid attention on the first part of the poll before, I said that it was, so therefore the answer was yes. So that's for the question. I was Warrant Officer 2nd Class Kalpupina, and hope you had a nice score.
Thank you, Warrant Officer. 6 of our senior cadets have been selected for staff cadet duties during the summer, and I would like to invite Civilian Instructor Queso to announce their names.
As we know, summer training activities for this year have been canceled due to the global pandemic. In lieu of tasks at summer training centers across the country, staff cadets will be assigned to groups according to the plans established by the National Cadets and Junior Canadian Rangers Support Group. This could include, but is not limited to, engaging with cadets online throughout the summer, undertaking individual training and education and/or professional development, supporting program improvements, preparing for the next training year, The details of individual assignments will be communicated as of the second week of June. We're pleased to announce the following cadets have been selected as staff cadets for this summer. Warrant Officer Second Class Donato, Warrant Officer Second Class Wang, Warrant Officer Second Class Yang, Flight Sergeant Berganio, Flight Sergeant Chan, and Flight Sergeant Tamali. Congratulations on your appointments. Late breaking news. In addition, Flight Corporal, now Sergeant Morales, and Flight Sergeant Giang are on standby for staff cadet positions, and hopefully they will get contracts as well.
In addition to our staff cadets, I'm pleased to announce that we have 4 officers who will also be working for the cadet program this summer. Oh, that's a good picture of us all. Captain Woods, CI Queso, CI Cho, and CI Woods. Congratulations to you all. The Lord Strathcona Medal is the highest award which can be bestowed upon a cadet in recognition of exemplary performance in physical and military training. I would like to invite Honorary Colonel Colin Robinson to present the medal to this year's recipient. It's worth noting, I think, that Colonel Robinson himself received this exact same award when he was a cadet 31 years ago.
Thank you, Major Leslie. The Strathcona Foundation was created in 1909. I was a High Commissioner for Canada in London at the time, was interested in improving physical conditioning and developing intellectual activity by encouraging self-discipline, citizenship, and patriotism among the youth. To that end, he established the foundation bearing his name. In 1923, the organization had a medal struck to be presented to the most meritorious cadet in each corps and squadron across the country. The medal is the highest distinction a cadet can earn for distinguishing themselves among their peers and contributing personally in their community. It is my pleasure to present the medal to this year's recipient, Warrant Officer First Class Stephen Gong.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
We are delighted to have Lieutenant Colonel Schoen to share a few words with us today. And while I'm sure he's been very busy with his Operation Laser taskings currently, I have to take a moment to underscore just how lucky we are as a cadet unit to have such extraordinary support from you, sir, and from the entire Armor family year over year. You generously allow us to parade at the Armory throughout the training year, and you are always willing to provide us additional support to us whenever we go on exercise or need drivers, instructors, materials, etc. from your unit. Sir, it's such a pleasure to work with you, and thank you for joining us here today.
Thank you, Tom. Colonel Robinson, Major Leslie, Comrade Bauer, members of the sponsoring committee, officers, CIs, cadets of 1 West Montreal Squadron, parents, ladies and gentlemen, there's 87 participants online. So that's a pretty amazing achievement. And so it's really a great honor for me to have words with you in a way that we used to only see in science fiction movies, where I could be on the moon and you could be on Mars or something like that. So, you know, COVID-19 has certainly blown up our expectations for the way things are supposed to be, certainly for 2020. You know, it's really difficult to do the things that we normally do, you know, go to school, go to the dépanneur. I mean, these things have been restricted. We just heard that summer training for the cadets has been canceled, and that's pretty rough. Of course, it's a very trying time for a lot of people, and of course, unfortunately, we've lost too many. But if you're a teenager, honestly, delaying things by a year is really not the end of the world. I think that you got a great organization here, and it's a really good idea if you can to stick with it and you know, look forward to the next training year and the next summer. So obviously, you know, COVID-19 has delayed things for us, but it hasn't delayed everything, but it's also sort of provided us with some opportunities to adapt and overcome. And, you know, what you guys are doing today is a perfect example of adapting and overcoming. And that, you know, it's just great to see that we could do the promotions, you could do the presentation, the medals, you could do all those things that are important to people in an organization like yours. And, you know, feel like we're all part of that community. So, you know, kudos for being able to leverage you know, the talents that you have and making something great come out of it. A lot of you are, of course, doing school online. That's a new challenge, certainly a new challenge in terms of self-discipline. I think a lot of people have been bored, and you know, there's good ways and bad ways to fight boredom. I think losing 10 pounds and getting your admin out of the way is a great way to to fight boredom. And you know, there's a lot of good things have come out of the ability to focus on some things that we didn't get a chance to focus on before. And as things open up, well, actually, before I go there, I think there's also the opportunity to take a look at some of the things we normally would do, or the things that we wanted to do, and maybe find some better alternatives. You know, in a very sort of personal way. I have a dog, and I walk the dog every morning, but you know, I've decided that the same old is really boring, and I've found a whole lot of different ways to walk the dog, and I've discovered a whole bunch of new parks and woods that I was probably not supposed to go into, but did anyway, because you know, and it was and I think that we've had some opportunities to do different things or find better alternatives to what we had before. And I guess we've had lots of family time. And family time is, of course, a blessing. For those of you like me who are parents, you see kids grow up pretty fast and then leave the house. I guess if you're a kid, you can't wait to grow up and leave the house. But there is a lot to be said for being able to spend quality time together, and also to overcome the challenges of not quality time. So that's and that, you know, can make a family stronger. And much the same way as you know, your own organization here there's an opportunity here with the challenge of COVID and not being able to pray to actually make the organization in some ways stronger. We have challenges now, obviously, when we're opening up the society, that we want to be able to continue with or go and do things we couldn't do before, like seeing our friends. And obviously there's a lot of friends here in the Cadet Corps, and I guess it would be nice to actually get together, but of course you want to do that without bringing the virus home. So it's a unique situation. I guess none of us will, well, hopefully none of us will live through this again. And I think it'll make an indelible impression on everybody who goes through this. One of the things that I did want to mention, of course, is this notion of Operation Laser. And Operation Laser, as you're probably aware, is helping people like Dr. Lucy Liu, is that her name? Dr. Liu do her job by liberating her from some of the more mundane aspects of it. And so what we've done, of course, is put approximately 1,000 soldiers into in order to help those places operating, then sort of basically get back on their feet. And then, of course, once they're good to go, we leave. And of course, there was some talk about whether this was a soldier's job to do, you know, sort of primary, not even primary care, just basically feeding people and changing their bed linen and that kind of stuff. And I just want to say that I think that for the vast majority of soldiers that are doing this kind of work, it is very rewarding. It's very rewarding to be able to make a difference in a you know, disciplined and constructive way. And so I spoke with the commanding officer of the 12th Armored Regiment, who has some of my soldiers under his command, and his exact words were, "C'est une belle mission." And it's really interesting to say that because this is a regular force organization. You think that the last thing they would want to do is to, you know, do this kind of work, and it's quite the opposite. So it's been a big benefit to society to be able to bring the armed forces into the CHSLDs. And what did we bring to the fight other than, you know, fresh hands and you know, just more of them? And I think it's the same thing that makes the Air Cadet organization, in fact, any military or paramilitary organization, valuable to society. And the first is we're organized. I mean, look at this. Okay, we're organized. We're naturally organized. We think about organizing chaos, right? So our first reflex is always to organize chaos, and we are very adaptable. You know, again, this event is a great example of being adaptable. And you know, there was a bunch of things that we did as soon as we went into these CHSLDs that made a huge difference. Simple things like protocols for personal protective equipment, like how to use it, where to put it, you know, just simple things like not going into two rooms wearing the same gown, how to manage your inventory. These are all basic stuff that, you know, that we do in the Army Reserve and you do in the Air Cadets on an ongoing basis, just basic stuff. But we were able to bring that to the fight. And so we were able to make a positive difference. And those qualities that allowed the Army Reserve and the regular Army, and in fact, the Naval Reserve as well was involved, to make a positive difference in a very vulnerable area, are the same things that make us a valuable organization overall to the country. So whether you're a first-year cadet or you've been around the armed forces as long as Colonel Robinson has, what you bring to the fight. That's a little bit an inside joke. What you bring to the fight is that ability to make a positive difference by organizing chaos and adapting to current circumstances. And so what I'd like to close with is just to encourage One West Montreal to continue to do what you've obviously really, really good at already, which is to adapt to your current circumstances, make the most of it, and overcome this particular challenge and come out the other side stronger and better, and maybe in some ironic ways closer than you were before this started. So congratulations again on an excellent annual cadet review, and all the best for the coming year. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I am proud that a number of cadets from the squadron have joined me in pursuing the Duke of Edinburgh Awards program during the past training year. The Duke of Edinburgh International Award is a global program with the goal of challenging, empowering, and recognizing young people between the ages of 14 and 24. From coast to coast since 1963, the award has helped motivated young Canadians to set goals and challenge themselves to take control of their lives and their futures. I would like to invite C.I. Shaw, our program leader, to present the names of our squadron participants.
Thank you, Warrant Officer First Class Gong. I personally also did the Duke of Ed when I was a cadet, and personally it was an excellent and rewarding opportunity that I partook in. And so I'm glad that we have so much involvement currently in the Duke of Ed program at the One West Montreal Squadron. So our current list of participants are Sergeant Venema for the level of bronze, Sergeant Tan for the level of bronze, Corporal Nako for the level of bronze, Flight Corporal Luo for the level of bronze, Warrant Officer Second Class Yang for the level of gold, Sergeant Coward Yasiko for the level of bronze, Sergeant Yu for the level of bronze, Warrant Officer Second Class Wang for the level of bronze, and Sergeant Danraj for the level of bronze. I would also like to congratulate our first recipient of the level of bronze, to Warrant Officer First Class Gong, who recently just achieved the award. And so we're still taking so many more cadets into the Duke of Ed program at the One West Montreal Squadron. And so any cadets who are interested in starting this program with us over the summer are encouraged to contact me through the squadron email. I'll be keeping tabs over it over the time and help guide you guys through the process of enrolling as soon as possible. It's a really enriching and rewarding experience, and it'll definitely stay with you for the rest of your career and as you grow up into young adults. And so thank you.
Thank you, C.I. Shaw. When I was a cadet, I also participated in the Duke of Ed program, and I encourage all of our cadets to get involved. None of the regular training and extra activities that we're able to do at the squadron would be possible without the hard work and dedication of our extraordinary staff members and volunteers. I would like to invite C.I. Koch to present the list of our current staff members.
Thank you, sir. So coming from a relatively small squadron here, myself, which only had about 5 staff members, I know that getting to know all the faces of officers can be rather challenging. So we're just going to go through and I'll introduce you to everybody here on the list. So starting up at the CI level, which stands for Civilian Instructor, we have CI Amarola, CI Queso, CI Cho, and myself, CI Co. Next up, we have CIs Passer Garcia, CI Patak, and CI Shaw, who is currently joining us from Los Angeles, I believe.
No, he's back in boring Mississauga now.
Oh, okay, back home then. So then we have CI Woods, Master Corporal Cordero, newly joined Officer Cadet Carlesimo, rather newly commissioned. We have Officer Cadet Encarnacion, Officer Cadet Tamil Selvin, and Captain Luo. Then the rest of the commissioned officers are Captain Main, Captain Woods, and of course the one and only Major Leslie.
Thank you, Asiaiko. As you saw in some of the pictures, some of our civilian instructors are recent recruits, former warrant officers who have come back. And I really think that I'm the luckiest CO around because of the quality of the staff members that we have working hard for you. All of our officer cadets are quite new, and not all of them have their uniforms yet, although 2 of them are in uniform today. And we've got several CIs who are also in the process of enrolling. So hopefully once the enrollment process continues, we should be able to swear in another officer or 2 before the end of this year. And the hard work and dedication of these staff is really the secret to our success. And my favorite thing to do at CEO's conferences is to brag about how lucky I am to have such a wonderful team. And officers who stay with us year after year. We have probably one of the most stable and most reliable group of staff that I've ever had the pleasure of working with. And one special note to one person who's not here today is Master Corporal Cordero, and that's because he's seeing his family today before he heads off on Operation Calumet in Egypt. He has taken a voluntary deployment with the CF and will be deployed in Egypt, leaving Trenton this coming Friday, and will be there until at least November. So I told him to have lots of fun and to be safe and to work hard, and I've got no doubt that that he will do that. And so keep him in your thoughts, and we're lucky to have him again as a member of the RMR. One further example of how supportive that relationship is. And speaking of support, another important element of our squadron leadership is our squadron sponsoring committee. Here again, we're lucky to have dedicated volunteers who help ensure that we have sufficient resources in order to offer the best possible program for our cadets. And I would like to invite CI Woods to name the committee members, and then our committee president, Madam Halavi, will share a few words. And I don't have a slide for the sponsoring committee photos. That's one thing that another thing I can add on my admin list this summer is to get all of their photos put together. So C.I. Woods.
Thank you, Major Leslie. Hello, everyone. On the squadron's sponsoring committee, we have Jean-Pierre Permani, Angie Billis, our canteen manager, Jimmy Calvatrinos, the sponsoring committee's treasurer, Dora Rodriguez, the vice president, and Doreen Halive, the president of the sponsoring committee. Thank you all for your hard work and dedication to the squadron, our cadets.
Thank you, C.I. Woods. Madame Halive, voilà, c'est à vous.
Permettez-moi de donner mon discours en anglais.
Absolument.
Ok, bonjour à tous et à toutes. Tout d'abord, j'aimerais remercier tous les dirigeants vraiment du One West Montreal de nous organiser toutes ces réunions et aujourd'hui cette belle parade virtuelle. Bienvenue également à tous les parents, cadets, invités, officiers et membres du comité. Merci d'assister. Bien sûr, en ce temps de pandémie, c'est très difficile de tout suspendre. École, activités, fréquentation, amis et surtout famille. Cependant, j'ai pu constater parmi vous, les cadets, une appartenance et ambition dont vous faites preuve vis-à-vis de l'escadron. Et je vous encourage à continuer toujours dans la même direction. Vraiment, profitez de ces moments plus libres que vous allez avoir plus libre à vous parfaire dans différents programmes que vous pourriez découvrir sur Internet, aussi bien de la musique, de chant, de langue ou certaines formations à votre choix. Bref, essayez d'utiliser avantageusement ce temps afin de vous favoriser un développement bien équilibré, ayant du civisme pour pouvoir assumer des rôles de chef au sein d'un grand Canada et d'un monde meilleur. En tant que président du comité, je continuerai à faire de mon mieux pour assurer la pérennité de notre escadron. Cadets, cadettes, merci. Je vous souhaite un bel été, une bonne réussite scolaire, une belle réussite, du moins on l'espère tous. Vous me manquez énormément. Merci à tous d'être là et à bientôt. Merci à vous tous.
Merci, Madame Halive, and thank you all. We're just coming to the end of the parade here. So before I give a couple of closing words and share a couple of last videos, I think that it would be entirely appropriate for me to play our national anthem as we would normally do at this period in the ceremonial review. I think nobody is perfect, no country is perfect, nothing is perfect. Perfection doesn't actually exist. But I think that we're all extremely fortunate to live in this country and in a country that invests in its youth to the extent that it does with the cadet program, and for us to be connected with such amazing young leaders who are going to continue to make sure that this country is strong and is exemplary for many years to come. So there's this. We can't see the cadets, so we can't see if you're sitting at attention, but I think it's for sure worth listening to the national anthem and sing along in your bedroom if you feel like it.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Now, some of the staff who got the outline of today's parade might be a little bit worried because it actually said that I could have a second speech now and make some closing remarks. But luckily for you, I don't. I'm not going to, because the cadets have prepared a special tribute video of what they've been sort of experiencing the last little while, and so really their actions speak louder than my words, and it's an inspiring video that I know you'll all enjoy. And from my perspective, all it does is solidify how privileged we all are to lead and to work in such a fantastic program. And this next year will be the 20th anniversary of when I became an officer. And so I've met thousands of young Canadians over the years, and there's nothing more satisfying than sort of losing touch with you when you've graduated from cadets and go on and build your life for 5 or 10 years, and then suddenly you pop up on our radar because you're doing something extraordinary. So many of all of the cadets in this video, I think certainly have the potential to do this and to become just strong leaders for our country in the future. So let me just get the video fired up.
There comes a time when we heed a certain call, when the world must come together.
That's not supposed to happen. Sorry.
There comes a time when we heed a certain call, when the world must come together as one. There are people dying. Oh, when it's time to lend a hand to life, the greatest gift of all. We can go on pretending day by day that someone somewhere will soon make a change. We are a part of God's great big family, and the truth, you know, love is all we need. We are the world, we are the children, we are the ones who make it better than ever, so let's start giving. There's a choice we're making, we're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a better day, just you and me. We are the ones who make a brighter day, so let's start giving. In the dark when we're singing out all night. Come on, make a better day. Let's do it. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day, so let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own life. It's true, we make a better day. Just you and me. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a better day. So let's start giving. It's true, we make a better day. Just you and me. Oh, let me hear it. We are the world. We are the world. We are the children. We are the children. We are the ones who make a better day. So let's start giving. Let's start giving. Have a choice.
Hello, One West. I'm LAC Maxime Turner. I hope you and your family are doing well during this very challenging period of our life. I wanted to join Sergeant Chang musical flash mob. Once I heard it, I thought that would be a great idea to share something with you, my friends. So today, I'll present you a composition written by Paul Simon, Sound of Silence, for your attention, please. Thank you.
All right. Well, like I said, our cadets have given a more inspiring send-off message than I ever could. So thank you to everyone who made time and took the initiative to create that video. And that's the end of the parade. So I'd just like to thank all of you for coming here today, and in particular our distinguished guests, Lieutenant Colonel Schoen, Honorary Colonel Robinson, and Comrade Bauer. Thank you all so much for being here and for supporting us all through the year after year. And to all of the cadets, have a wonderful summer. We'll be in touch intermittently. We'll continue to do some virtual activities on Wednesday night. And as soon as we know how we can engage with you with the special summer programs, we will let you know. So thank you all. There's one little final slideshow of photos from the past year that you can watch as everyone's signing off. And we hope to see you in person in September. Take care, everybody, and thank you all once again.
Thank you very much. Great job.
Thank you. Thank you and congratulations to all. Take care, be safe.
Thank you very much.
All right, that's all, folks. Thank you all once again for being here, and we'll see you as soon as we can. Thanks. Take care.
Excellent.